She tried to force me to let the entire HOA use my private pool. So I drained it while she was calling the cops. And what happened next is pure karma. It was a scorching hot Saturday afternoon when Kathy, the notorious neighborhood HOA enforcer, showed up at my door, her clipboard clutched tightly in her face. "Read with entitlement. I expect you to. Let us use your pool for our community. Party today," she demanded, waving her phone as if that somehow gave her authority. "You can't refuse." I blinked. "Kathy, this is my private property. I'm not planning your party. That's not how things work." Her eyes narrowed. "I'll call the cops if you don't comply. Community rules say." I cut her off calmly. "Kathy, I own this pool. You have no rights to demand access." Kathy stormed off, muttering about community obligations and dialing 911, but I had already made her decision. If she wanted access so badly, she could have it, just not quite how she had envisioned. I snatched the pool pump, turned the filtration off system, and began draining the pool. Within an hour, the crystal-clear waters had emptied into the backyard drainage system, leaving a dry, empty basin where the pool once shimmered. Kathy returned moments later, clutching her phone, ready to report me to the authorities. "This is harassment. You are refusing access to a communal resource," she exclaimed. I walked out to meet her, composed and smiling. "Kathy, this is not a communal resource. This is my private pool. You are welcome to host your party elsewhere. Have a great day." By the time the police arrived, thanks to Kathy's frantic 911 call, they assessed the situation quickly. Everything was on my property, fully legal, and Kathy's claim was unfounded. The officers told her that she had no cause for complaint and that any further harassment will lead to legal consequences. Neighbors who had been watching the spectacle couldn't stop laughing. The woman who had spent years intimidating others with Kathy's demands had not only failed but had backfired spectacularly. By evening, the neighborhood was abuzz. HOA Kathy had attempted to take over a private pool alone, to be met with a completely empty pool and zero authority. The story became a favorite among neighbors, a perfect example of instant karma for entitlement and overreach. From that day on, Kathy avoided my backyard altogether. The pool remained mine. Eventually, the water refilled at my leisure, and every glance, it reminded me that calm decisiveness is, and knowing your rights can neutralize even the most audacious attempts at control. The lesson was clear. Entitlement has limits and is private. Property is exactly that, private.